talking to people is good. That is the true mark of adulthood, is you can talk to people, communicate things that you think. I'm smart. I am so smart. I came up with that. Hello, I'm Alec Gunter. Welcome to How to Test Your Emotional Maturity. We're gonna see how mature I am. Poop. Okay, let's go.
One of the more puzzling aspects of the way we're built is that our emotional development does not necessarily or automatically keep pace with our physical growth. We can be 55 on the outside and 4.5 in terms of our impulses and manner of communicating.
Like my dad.
Just as we can be on the threshold of adulthood physically, while an emotional sage within. In order to assess our own and others' emotions...
Wait. Hold up. Play that back for me.
In order to within. An emotional sage within.
Hold on. Be on the threshold of adulthood physically.
While an emotional sage
within. Wait, that sounds like a libertarian argument. That sounds sussy to me. I don't know.
In order to assess our own and others' emotional development.
It's like, no, you don't get it. You don't get it. Even if they're under a certain age, they can still be within. They can still be an adult. Within. I promise, bro.
Single, deceptively simple question that quickly gets to the core of our underlying emotional age.
Oh, this is already
when
bullshit.
Someone on whom we depend emotionally lets us down, disappoints us, or leaves us hanging and uncertain, what is our characteristic way of responding? There are 3 methods which indicate...
There are exactly 3 choices in every single instance of this happening. Trust me.
Immature behavior.
Trust me, I have very good visual graphics. That's the entirety of my source.
We might grade ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10 according to our propensities. Firstly, we might sulk. That is, we simultaneously get very upset while refusing to explain to the person who has upset us what the problem might actually be. The insult to our pride and dignity feels too great. We are too internally fragile to reveal that we've been knocked. We hope against hope that another person might simply magically understand what they've done and fix it without us needing to speak. Rather, as an infant who hasn't yet mastered language might have a hope that a parent would spontaneously enter their minds and just guess what was ailing them. Secondly, we might get furious. Another response is to get extremely and disproportionately angry with the disappointing person. Our fury may look powerful, but no one who felt powerful would have any need for such titanic rage. Inside, we feel broken at sea.
Wait, that's not true at all. You can just go on you've never heard of mania? Dude, manic episodes are nutty. That's bullshit, man. Somebody who feels powerful won't go on a rampage. Yeah, no. That's not how that works.
And bereft. But our only way of reasserting control is to mimic an aggrieved emperor or taunted tiger.
What?
Our insults and viciousness are, in their coded ways, admissions of terror and defenselessness. Our pain is profoundly poignant.
Sometimes insults are just insults. Like, I'll just call you a dipshit and it's not rooted in any kind of personal, internal problems that I have. You're just a dipshit. Sometimes it's just an insult, man.
Our manner of dealing with it, a good deal sad.
Yeah, this is pretty much just pseudo-intellectual shit. I've seen The School of Life before, and it's not good.
Thirdly, we might go cold. It takes a lot of courage to admit to someone who's hurt us that we care.
Why would you step in
that they
snow,
have a
brother?
Power over us, that a key bit of our life is in their hands. It may be a lot easier to put up a strenuous wall of indifference. At precisely the moment when we are most emotionally vulnerable to a loved one's behavior, we insist that we haven't noticed a slight and wouldn't give a damn anyway.
It's
we
called
may
denial.
not simply be
It's
pretending.
called denial.
Remaining in touch with our wounds may have become conclusively intolerable.
It's problem avoidance. You're describing problem avoidance. This is a well-known phenomenon. Everyone knows about it. It's common sense. You're not intellectual. Stop.
Not feeling anything may have replaced the enormous threat of being fully alive. These 3 responses point us in turn to the 3 markers of emotional maturity. Firstly, the capacity to explain. That is, the power, simple to describe but a proper accomplishment in practice, to explain why we are upset to the person who's upset us.
Wait, they asked me to explain things on like my second grade papers. That's like something you learn when you're 10 at the latest. No. You can explain shit when you're like 4. You won't probably have a good explanation, but it will be one nonetheless.
Faith that we can find the words, that we are not pathetic or wretched for suffering in a given way, and that, with a bit of luck, we will find the words to make ourselves understood by someone whom we can remember deep down, even at this moment of stress, is not our enemy. Secondly, the capacity to stay calm. The mature person knows that robust self-assertion is always an option down the line. This gives them the confidence not to need to shout immediately, to give others the benefit of every doubt, and not to assume the worst and then hit back with undue force. The mature like themselves enough not to suspect that everyone would have a good reason to mock and slander.
I mean, I do agree with that point. Like, it is a mark of maturity to stay calm during situations of panic or high emotions. So, you know what? I'll give them that one.
Thirdly, the capacity to be vulnerable. The mature know and have made their peace with the idea that being close to anyone will open them up to being hurt. They feel enough inward strength to possess a tolerable relationship with their own weakness. They are unembarrassed enough by their emotional nakedness to tell even the person who has apparently humiliated them that they are in need of help. They trust, ultimately, that there is nothing wrong with their tears, and that they have the right to find someone who will know how to bear them. In turn, these 3 traits belong to what we can call the 3 cardinal virtues of emotional maturity: communication, trust, and vulnerability.
I feel like that's really arbitrary. Because, like, let me think for a second. Communication, trust, and vulnerability. No, I don't think that's the case, because to be like emotionally mature, you have to have some sense of organization. You have to be able to function to a specific capacity within your society and with your peers. You have to know how to, well, I guess that's communication. I was going to say you have to know how to talk to people. You have to be able to intuit, right? You have to be able to like read your own emotions. There's so many elements to maturity that just aren't covered by these. Being able to intuit, right? Have intuition and really self-review and self-reflect is not covered by any of these. And that I feel like, honestly, is the most mature thing you can do, is have the ability to take an inward look at yourself and your actions and decide, analyze it and decide, was this a good thing to do? Was this a bad thing to do? If it was a bad thing to do, can I accept that as a bad thing that I did and move forward with that understanding that I shouldn't do that again? Because that really is the mark of a mature person in my eyes. The most mature, at least. But that's not covered by these. So this is all just like I said, like you put it best, Queen Laura, it's all just gobbledygook. It's okay. It's an okay list of things that you should be if you're mature, but like this just is made to make people feel smart in 6 minutes or less.
These 3 virtues were either gifted to us during a warm and nourishing childhood.
This is the kind of shit that a Reddit libertarian would come up to you and just spout off out of nowhere just to make you feel stupid.
Or else we will need to learn them arduously as adults. This is akin to the difference between growing up speaking a foreign language and having to learn it over many months as an adult. However, the comparison at least gives us an impression of the scale of the challenge ahead of us. There is nothing to be ashamed of about our possible present ignorance. At least half of us weren't brought up in the land of emotional literacy. We may just never have heard adults around us speaking an emotionally mature dialect. So we may, despite our age, need to go right back to school and spend 5,000 to 10,000 hours learning, with great patience and faith, the beautiful and complex grammar of the language of emotional adulthood.
What? Did he say anything at the end? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. School of Life is such weird nonsense. I don't understand who watches that and comes out of it with anything. He said, learn to use your words. True. That was the takeaway. That was like the takeaway. He said, talking to people is good. That is the true mark of adulthood, is you can talk to people. Communicate things that you think. I'm smart. I am so smart. I came up with that. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. You can join my channel membership at youtube.com/AlecGunther/TTV/join for only 99 cents a month. That's less than the price of a blowjob from your mom. You can be part of the channel membership program and you will get early access content as well as a sweet badge next to your name and exclusive emojis in the comments that nobody else gets. Thank you again, and I will see you all in the next video.